Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and a little change of pace video today as we're sitting here waiting for the All-22 film from the Michigan game to show up. Thought might as well get something out for you guys. So we are going to break down the last drive plus of my championship game from Sunday. A little peek behind the curtain of the day job and a look at amateur American football internationally. And yeah, this is what we're going to do. Chance to look at some football that puts a smile on my face, and that's kind of where I want to be right now. So, a little backstory going into this game. At this point, we are 7-1, and for the most part, we coasted through this season. We played really strong throughout most of the season. Going into the last game of the regular season, we were averaging 43 points a game, giving up less than a touchdown, and we were coasting. But sometimes the quirks of how our season can really make things difficult for us. Like, we played an 8-game regular season that lasted from April until September 28th. Everything was just so spread out, and with the quirks with our national team schedule this fall, we played 3 games from the beginning of August until before this game. So we were down, and we kind of progressively got worse as the second half of the season went on, where we actually ended up losing our last regular season game to a team that we beat by 30 back in June. But at least we got our bad game out of our system. We got the air of invincibility out of our heads. Coming into this game, the team we're playing against here, the Spartans. Spartans are here in white, or Demons were here in blue. We'd played them twice already this season, beat them both times, 54-7 back in April, and then 38-7 in August. But they had beaten everybody else on their schedule but us. They're always a strong opponent. They are a crosstown rival. They're literally 10 minutes down the road. In fact, they were started as an offshoot, as a breakaway club from our club about 13, 14 years ago, I think it was. So you throw the record books out the window when it comes to a game like this. And that's exactly what happened. This was a slugfest, a between the 20s, just kind of back and forth. One team would get momentum, the other one would steal it back, and it was just going that way. And what we have here is we're getting the ball back. It's 14-14. It's about a minute left. I think it's a minute and 15 to be exact. We had just forced a 3-and-out after actually a real back-breaking interception that we had gotten on a 4th-and-1. Quarterback checked out of a run play and thought he saw something and threw a seam directly into the belly of the linebacker. A real kind of a dagger kind of play, but our defense stepped up. They got us the ball back. And so here we are. We have a minute left or so. Got a timeout. Let's go. So first play, we're in a 2x2, 10 personnel formation, and we're just going to run fades and outs. Because at this point, we knew they're just playing over the top. When my quarterback, I love him to death, but he's not a quarterback. He's a wide receiver. And like most wide receivers, he gets the mentality when things are going wrong, just chuck it. So we know, okay, they're coming out here playing cover 4. We just need to get the ball underneath. So we throw the fade out combination. Doesn't really look like this, but my slot receiver there had no reason to actually jump on this. He could have just extended his hands and probably turned the corner, but he decided to jump, and as he hit the ground, it popped out of his hands. But that comes with inexperience. Again, this first play here is a real just kind of snapshot of how rosters are for my level. We look over here. We have my 2 most experienced players on the offense, or on the receiving corps. Between these 2 guys, they probably played 25 years, and the defense knows it. So their 3 best defenders, their 3 best coverage guys are on this side. And my 2 receivers over here are both 17 years old. Talented as hell, but maybe not so smart all the time. So Yep, that's what we get here. So we just get, it was there. I mean, we isolate him on the slow linebacker, but just trying a little bit too hard. So anyway, 2nd and 10, we're going to go 3-by-1 this time, and we're going to run Y cross with a post. And then what we're thinking here is we're going to send our slot receiver here, number 3. He is going to be running the crosser. I'm sorry, it's H cross, not Y cross. He's going to be running a crosser across the field. We're going to run a post here by our backside wide receiver. Normally, we don't have him really as a part of the progression on this. Normally, we go 1 to the wheel, to the post. But we liked it back here because we knew they were really going to play over the top. So we were looking at how much this guy sagged. If he sagged in the position that he was going to take away the crosser, then we knew we were going to have space to just basically throw a body ball. And he sat. So we knew the crosser was not going to be there. He's looking for the crosser. You could see it right there. So we knew that we could just put the ball over the middle of the field and let 44 go up and get it. 44 is the football equivalent of a power forward in a wide receiver position. You know, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but you put anything in his radius and he will catch it. He's been doing it forever, and that's exactly what it does there. Big catch to get us across the middle of the field. He's pumped up. He also knows this is his last game, so he wants to go out on top. So next up here, why can't I get this to change? There we go. All right, so we have a clock play. And our clock play here, we have an access throw that is built into it if we can see that the defense is not paying attention. And I think we caught them. However, what you can't really see here, because the camera gets turned on a little bit too late, the ball's been snapped, but their defensive end was in the neutral zone. And the referee over here, he admitted it, that he boffed it. He was looking over at to make sure the chains were set, and he wasn't paying attention. But he was clearly offside. But regardless, quarterback should have just dumped it down, just put it in the ground. But he thought he could get it off, and not good. Like you practice the clock play, and the O-line is just not awake. This could have been disaster. Luckily, he's able to spike it into the ground. So there's our clock play. So now it's 2nd and 10. We're in 3-by-1. And we are going to go 4 verts. Nope, sorry. We are going to go hitches. And what we were supposed to get here, and you can kind of see how he's looking, our number 2 receiver here was supposed to carry over the top. And we were hoping to, 1, he clears, that opens up space to the outside. He's supposed to read 1 to 2, because we know on the backside here, no matter what, they're going to put 2 over 44. And I don't know why he's expecting 2 to run the spike here. Again, like, my quarterback's a receiver. You think he would know it. It's probably because he looks over here at he looks to the backside first. He shouldn't, because again, they're gonna put 2 guys on him. I think he kept his eyes over here like he was supposed to. Ball 1's there. I mean, easy yards. But luckily, he just throws it out of bounds, so we're able to live. We come back to 3rd down, a big 3rd down here, and it's 4-down territory at this point. I believe we're at about 30 seconds or so. There was some clock runoff that I wasn't a fan on before the spike. But anyways, so here we're going to run the 4 verts now. Okay, and what I like about this is something that we notice on film. Normally when we run this, our number 3 receiver, he's basically just going to run towards the goalpost, just straight vertical towards the goalpost. And we knew that their linebackers, they don't necessarily like to run. So what they're going to do is they're just going to turn their hips to the sideline, and they're going to force you to take the long way around. We know that, but we know we're faster than that. So what we're actually trying to do here is we're threatening the safety to get him to open his hips, so then we can throw the ball behind it. And that's exactly what we do. Great spot for that throw. And this is the benefit of having, my guy down here that they think we're going to throw to in a big situation. They're pressing him. They are double covering him. He's basically not even running a route. He's just going around 5 yard out. And then we're going to throw the seam behind it. So we get the ball down. And it is about 15 seconds left, I think it is, by the time. Okay, clock's running. Now it's 15 seconds. We get it off here. Now, we didn't have the same play called. We had a switch on this side, which luckily he went to the right. But again, the combination on this side was very similar. It was like I wanted him to widen, number 2 to widen, and then get behind. Because we knew that once they got in the short yardage situations or short field inside the 20, they basically went to man over the top and then zone underneath. So again, look at all the space over the middle of the field. But he allows himself to be collisioned by the linebacker. And I wasn't happy that the quarterback threw it there because I like the matchup on the outside. Because now the corner down here doesn't have help. And I noticed that. So we're lucky. I'm lucky here that my quarterback can't step into a throw, or that probably would have been picked. So as this is turning around, you can see me right there. I'm getting 44 to come over to me. And I'm telling him, Emil, I want you to go tell MJ, I want you to run the same play, and I want you to backdoor it to the pylon. Tell him to throw it up to you, not to look at anybody else. Just put it up, high point it, or bring it back to the pylon. And that's literally the play he called. He didn't come in and say, we want to run red 51. And it's like, coach said, throw me the ball. So here we are. Same formation. Same play on the front side here. The backside guys, they're just running to the our backside is running to the post. Our backside is running to the our backside wide receiver running to the hash mark. And again, we're thinking here that if he's capped, we're going to throw it back to the pylon. If he's not capped, we're going to throw it high point to the back corner. Again, kind of a bad throw, he'll admit, because again, he can't push off right here. So it's all arm, but throws it exactly where we want it. And there we go. So the score is now 20-14. 3 seconds left. 2-point conversion. You're asking yourself, why are you going for a 2-point conversion when you're only up by 6 points? Well, at this point, my starting kicker, who's also my normal number 1 receiver, is actually one of the best young receivers in the country. Started for the U19 national team. He came into this game with a high fever, and he was dead sick. He was coughing like crazy. So all he basically did at the beginning of this game was punt and kickoff. And at this point, he was throwing up somewhere. Like, I don't think he's even on the sideline at this point. So it's not, I didn't want to, because the annoying thing is my holder is my backup kicker. Didn't want to risk it. So we're just going to go 2-point. And we thought we could catch him. And annoyingly, the backfield got one action and the offensive line ran another. And after the game, we found out that the quarterback and the running back, they just screwed it up because they wanted to read one side, but they didn't tell the O-line. So the O-line is running trap to the left. The running back and the QB are running trap to the right. And it just ends in disaster. So regardless, we go to the kickoff. So we have a new kicker for the kickoff. luckily, this kid, 95, he's kicked for me before. He knows what he's doing. So I'm telling him, and I'm just going to skip because that one was just a dead frame. We're telling him, squib it, kick it at somebody's feet, let it roll around. Don't kick it directly at somebody because we want time to roll off, at least sometime. And the camera does not do it justice here. But what does he do? He literally kicks it right at somebody. And so no time off the clock. It is what it is. So we come out here. We are in our prevent look, which is 2 down linemen. We have 5 linebackers here, or no, I guess you wouldn't say it's linebacker. We have 2 down linemen, we have 3 linebackers, and we have 2 nickels, and we have 4 across the top. Forget some of these. Our nickels and linebackers are kind of interchangeable. The same guys play the same spots. Regardless, getting too much in the weeds. Where we really focused on with this is luckily they called the timeout after the after the kickoff, so we had some time to think about personnel wise. And normally, our normal D line is our guy here, 81, is normally my boundary edge rusher. 68 here is normally my field side edge rusher. And we changed the personnel up a little bit. One, because we wanted to try to isolate the quickest path to the football. Because you might look at the belly here. This QB is slippery for his size. He is a Jerome Bettis in a QB kind of situation at our level anyways. So we wanted to get pressure up the middle. We know if we force him back, he's going to have problems. We knew if he had space to step up, he could get away. So we took Alvaro, our big 6'5", 250-pound guy, and we put him on the short side of the field. And we told him, you're not rushing. You are essentially QB spy. I just want you to occupy the left tackle. I want you to isolate their best pass blocker and just stay there. He's my left tackle normally, but he's one of our goal line nose tackle types. We bring him in, we put him in a 2-eye, and we tell him, try to have both the guard and the tackle block you, or guard and center block you. And so no rusher here, occupier here to try to create space here. This kid, number 90, get another 17-year-old, pure speed type guy. He plays tight end on offense, but he's a good pass rusher. He's got a good first step, gets that from playing receiver. And so what we have done is we have isolated their worst pass blocker on our strongest pass rusher. I wouldn't say he's our best pass rusher. It's probably this guy. But the guy who's going to break blocks and going to create that vertical pressure and have that relentless energy, that's 81 right here. So all that talk, did it work? Sure did. Because exactly how we drew it up. I mean, can't get better than that. Their O-line looks so tired after this play. We were all tired. And we just get it. We get good pressure. 77 goes as hard as he has done all game, and just gets a good vertical push. And we just have nowhere to go. 68, he's just staying on the line of scrimmage like he's taught. We're playing 4 over the top. We're playing 3 underneath. And that's your ball game. And the end of a long season, but the end of a good one. It's been a few years since I've been able to win a championship. We did it here. Yeah, just real proud of my guys. We got players from 3 different clubs coming together to make one senior team here. We've got guys, sometimes we don't get to practice with each other that much, but we get it done. Talking to my vets here, I've known 99 here. He's wearing 99 because we ran out of the right size jerseys for him. Anyways, my corner, I've known him since I came to Denmark, so 18 years. Right here, this is my defensive coordinator. Got him to come back this year with me. I had him for years with my old club. And yeah, he's a short guy. I'm not that tall, but pound for pound, the strongest and the smartest defensive player I've ever coached. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is a fun group of guys. And, that's why you do it. I don't make that much money doing this stuff. And it's real challenging. Hey, my kicker came back from throwing up. It's tough. I say coaching football over here is like coaching Pop Warner High School, college, and the pros all at the same time because of all the different things we have to go through. Sudden injuries, work, family, school, all this kind of things. Last second injuries, all this kind of thing. You can see guys here in crutches, coming off a broken leg, dislocated his shoulder last week. But we get it done. And that is that. Not much more to say. The end of a long season. Going to give me a little bit more time to do the dairy raid, I guess. Guess it's going to depend on how well the Badgers keep playing the second half of the season. But, yeah, don't know much more to say. Appreciate if you've stuck it through this video. I know you come here for Wisconsin content and you got to put up with this, but I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of the work that they did, and it's fun to break it down for you. And if any of it's interested in this, let me know. Maybe I can do some more of it sometime going forward. So, thank you for watching. Michigan film coming up later in the week. We will see you then.